Okay, a very good evening and a warm welcome to Flight Sim and other stuff, and the next one in the series dealing with the XTouch Mini, and a fairly big one, but hopefully you're going to do it quite quickly. So what am I going to do in today's session? Well, I'm going to take this, he says, and I'm going to convert it into this, which means if you've got one of these and one of these, you're going to end up with this. Well, sort of. Place to start is with a plan of where we want to go to. And you can see right above me there it says iTunes. I've just spotted that, a typo in my graphics, but never mind, we'll carry on. So the first button is going to be the pressure, then we got the rows, these are the rotaries along the top, etc., working our way along. And then the buttons below are going to be the flight director, localizer, etc., etc. Now, a couple of things. First of all, on an Airbus, the FCU has push buttons and pull buttons. Push, you're pushing control into the system. Pull, you're taking command and you're in control. And we've only got push buttons on the Bayringer. So the push button will be on the rotaries for speed, heading and altitude. The push buttons are going to be exactly that. And to simulate a pull, I'm going to use the buttons below the rotaries for the pull. Anyway, you're going to see how it works. Now, there are a couple of prerequisites. Of course there are. You are going to need a copy of this. And I will put links in the notes below of all the files you're going to need. So this is the Stream Deck profile for Lorbe's Access and O's, and it's the Stream Deck XL. Now the reason you're going to need this, even if you haven't got a Stream Deck, you're still going to need this. The profiles that Gonzalia's created here has some scripts associated with them, and those scripts are used in Access and O's. And inside Access and O's, we will program up the XTouch Mini, and we will use his scripts to program most of the buttons. So let me just move down into here, and here is my XTouch Mini ready to go, and I'm going to need a copy of the scripts. So you download that file. In fact, let's get rid of that out of the way for the moment and pull up here. You just see the edge of my simulator running in the background, so let's get that out of the way, stop confusion. So here's the file I've downloaded from flightsim.to, and I'm going to right click on this and extract. And there are the files I've just extracted, and inside there are all the things that are included. And it's that script file we've got to get into Access and O's. And if you've never done this before, let me quickly show you. Close that. In Access and O's, and let's see if I can zoom this in a little bit so you get a better view. There we go. So you go to scripting and import scripts. You go to your downloads or wherever you saved that file that you've just unpacked. Mine is in downloads. No, it's not in that downloads. It's in this downloads. And I open this, and there's the scripts file. So select the scripts file and click open or double click it. So there's the script file, click open, and you can't see it, so drag it down. This pop-up comes in, and I want to import all the scripts. So you tick all of these and click import. I'm not going to do that because it's already in my Access and O's, so I'm just going to cancel that. So there you are, you're ready to run. And now it's time to start programming up these buttons. So let's bring back the XTouch Mini. The first button here is going to be the pressure increase and decrease. And this is, I think, I may be wrong, but I'm doing this live. This may be the only one that doesn't use a script. So you're going to click plus, and then for the key down event you need to search for Colsman. That's COHLSMAN. Apply the filter. Oh, you couldn't see that. Let me do that again because you didn't see it. Drop down, key 1, search for Colsman. KOHLSMAN, search. And then in aircraft instruments we get decrease, the altimeter setting. So I'm just going to double click that. So now we're programming up decreasing the pressure. So in here I can just go to this first knob, this first rotary, and I'm going to turn it to the left because this is the button we're programming. You can see it, the assign button. So just turn it to the left. Now there is a quirk here. If I just turn it once, you'll actually see it says click. Click is pressing the button, and I don't want click, I want left. So if you see that, just turn the knob right and then turn it left. And there you can see it says turn left. And I click add. So there's the button going down. Oh, sorry, there's the knob going down. Now I need to turn the knob right to increase it. So again, we'll add key down event, select Colsman, KOHLSMAN, apply, aircraft instruments, increase altimeter setting. So we'll turn this first key, let's bring my other thing around, turn it to the right. There you can see it says turning to the right, and I click add. So now if you're watching the little green LEDs, as I turn this knob to the left button comes on, the left light comes on, the decrease, turn it to the right. So there's the push is going to be for standard. So let's click plus. Now we are going to use a script, and I believe it may be in the A320, but let's just put Barrow in the search. Apply. Yeah, A320 standard toggle. And I just press and click add. So that sets it to standard. Now if you want a button to fly in the States, which of course uses the other setting, we will just go plus and then Barrow, search, and then toggle HPA to HG, and we'll use this to do that. Add. Easy. Let's go back to, have I got a picture of it? No, let's find what I'm trying to do. Let's bring this back so we can have another look. So the next one is going to be the rows, then the range. So I'm just going to work my way along. So you should keep this to one side as you're programming this up, but I'll go through it as we program each button. So the next one, click add, down. It's going to be one of the A320s, and it's probably going to be the, it's not the ECAM, it's probably, let's have a look. battery, eCam, don't want any of those. Autopilot. Heading, range, decrease, display brightness, perhaps it is in eCam. No. It's the PFD. Pedestal, basic. Primary flight display. HTML variables. Nope. Let's get rid of that. Let's type in A320. Apply filter. CDU. It's in here somewhere. Just prove I can't do everything first time. Managed altitude, eCam page. No, it's not the eCam. It's definitely in here somewhere. Fuel pumps, autopilot, VOR, autopilot, altimeter, altitude, auto throttle, flight directors, head-in, localizer, nav mode. That's the one. I called it Rose. It's the nav mode. So nav mode decrease. That obviously means we're going to turn the second knob to the left. Again, it's come up click, so I'll turn it right and then left, and we'll click add. Can't believe I got that wrong. Add nav mode. So nav A320 nav mode increase. Turn the button to the right and add. So I do not need the push on that rotary because we were just turning that left and right. The next one is the range, so we'll click add, and nav mode range decrease. That's the autopilot range decrease. Double click, turn this to the left, click add. I want range increase. Autopilot, AP range, where are you? Range increase. Add. Again, I don't need the push. So now we get to this one here, and as you can see, I've actually printed on my 3D printer some keycaps. It's just so, because I do a lot of my flying in VR, and those keycaps allow me to feel whether I'm doing the speed, the head-in, or the altitude. So it's speed first, so click plus, and it's the A320 autopilot. That bunch of scripts, these are all the scripts that were brought in, of course, and we want speed. Speed decrease. Sign button to the left. Now we want speed increase. Autopilot speed increase, add. Now click add again. Now we want the speed push, autopilot speed, altitude, autopilot speed, push. Click it, add. Now for the pull, remember I'm going to use the button below the rotary for the pull action. A320 pull, not A320, A320 autopilot, pull, speed pull, add. It really is that simple, because what Gonzelli has done is he's done all the work with the scripts. You don't have to learn how to do the scripting. We will look at this at some stage in the future, but for now let's carry on working along. I will also, if I get a chance to, upload this profile into flightsim.to. so if you don't want to go through the whole thing and you just want to download and be up and running quickly, I will put this profile on, and I'll also at the end of this video show you how to import it as a template. So we'll click add, and the next one we're going to do is head in on the autopilot, head in increase, autopilot, head in. So we got increase fast or increase slow. Let's just do head in increase. Just do it standard. Might mean you have to turn it a little bit faster. We'll look, if this is a problem, we'll look at trying to speed this up on another video. But for now, head in to the right to increase. Click add again, and we want the autopilot head in decrease. Let me turn the heading to the left. Autopilot head in push. And A320 autopilot head in pull. And again, it's the button below for pull. Click add. And the next one is altitude, out increase, out increase. Now we'll do altitude decrease, so A320 autopilot, out decrease, turn it to the left. Now altitude push, altitude push, add another button, altitude pull, altitude pull, and that's going to be the button below. Now just refer back to this diagram again very quickly. So we've got the pull and we've got the push, and I've decided to use this button here to switch between increase and decreasing in thousands or hundreds, and there is a button for that. So we'll click plus, Autopilot, altitude, autopilot. There we go. Increase in 1000, increase in 10,000. So I could have two buttons set up for that. One to increase, I do that. But I just need the toggle. So there we have the A320 autopilot altitude increase toggle. And that would be the lower button below the altitude rotary. Good. And the next one is the level off. I know I've never done this one before. You wouldn't think I've done any of them before, but this will be the rate of climb. So what has he called that? Flight director heading speed, vertical speed, of course. Vertical speed decrease. So turning this one to the left. Again, make sure it says left in this field here. If it doesn't say left, don't forget, turn the knob to the right and then to the left. And autopilot, vertical speed, decrease. Oh, did I just do decrease? I'm doing increase this time. I should have done. Well, let me look. What did I do before? APVS. I did decrease already. I need to be doing vertical speed increase. You can imagine when you're doing hundreds of buttons. I just turn that up to the right. Click add. Well, when you're programming hundreds of buttons, it really does help if you start ticking these off. Got a piece of paper with which buttons you're programming, because in here they'll be listed alphabetically and you'll soon lose track of where you are. So vertical speed, push, autopilot, vertical speed, push. There we go. And we'll push it. And right below it, we'll do the vertical speed pull. A320 vertical speed pull. Double click. And that one there. So that's the rotaries done. Now all that's left to do, bring this over. We have the flight directors. I've only got the one flight director on there, but I think they both come on. Localizers, etc. Only one autopilot, and that's because so far in the scripting I've only found the command for a single autopilot. I can't find a key or a variable for switching AP2 on or off. Obviously, if anyone out there knows better, please let me know. Drop me a line. And I will carry on looking in the meantime, but for now it's a single autopilot. So we will start off with the flight director. And autopilot, flight director 1. Toggle. And it's this one here. Add. Let's do flight director 2 as the one above it. Autopilot FD2, toggle. Add. Next one is the LS. AP. LS toggle. We're nearly done. Next one. A320 autopilot is localizer. Localizer toggle. is that one. Next one is auto throttle. Autopilot, auto throttle toggle is that one. Then AP1. AP1. There we go. Is that one. Then we have A320 Expedites. Get the mouse in the right place. Expedite toggle is that one. And then we have approach. Autopilot. Approach. Toggle. Is that one there? And believe it or not, that is it. This all works. Or it should all work. Of course, the way to prove it is to bring your flight simulator over. And if we go to... I've got to switch. There we go. We go to the overhead panel and put the external power on. And now go to the flight director. If I turn this one, if I'm thinking about the way, we should see the altitude go, the altimeter going up and down. If I push it, it goes to standard. Push it again, it goes to QNH. And if I do this one, it goes from HG to HPA. Brilliant. Next one along should be the mode, and as I turn that left and right, you can see my big fat fingers in the way. And then we got the range. Oh, perfect. Then we got the speed up, speed down, push, pull. Come down, push. Obviously I can't go to manage mode on altitude because we've got no flight plan in. Going up and down in 1000s at the moment. The bottom button there switches it from thousands to hundreds, he says, hopefully. And now we're going up and down in hundreds. This is so cool. So it works, and that's it done. So what I'm going to do now, if I just get my flight sim out of the way, having got this, I should be able to go to templates and save current setup as a template. And I will save this as the A320 FCU. Save. So I'm going to upload that to flightsim.to now, and you won't have to do any of this. But it's more fun to do it yourself, isn't it, than just well, I think so. What you will do is you go to templates and you will import a template there, and then the template will be in. And then if you switch planes, so let's go to another Airbus in my simulator. Oh, I can't at the moment. But when you go to a new Airbus, you'll have your controls in here, and you'll just go to templates and apply a template to this aircraft, and you can apply that template that I've uploaded onto flightsim.to, or the template that you've just created yourself. So how long did that take? 30 minutes. He says, let's get back to my back to here. So 30 minutes to create a full FCU from the XTouch Mini. And that was with my interrupting and mucking up. That's it. I'm going to do another one. There is a way. Going to be a bit more scripting, and I'll have to just do a quick bit of investigation into it, but I can make the lights come up on the XTouch Mini, so when the flight director's on we should see the lights come on. I will do that as the next project or the next project after one, because I've got to do a bit more on the Stream Deck for the next video. We've got the news program coming out later tonight. I've got about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half to prepare for that. Yeah, it's been a busy week. So I hope this was useful, at least to one person or two people out there. As usual, enjoy your flying, stay safe, and I hope to catch you soon. Bye.